I saw this Frigidaire chest freezer for sale on Craigslist for $40. So I called the man up and said, hey, you know, I'll give you $15 for it. He said, yeah, sure, go ahead. I'll give it to you for 15 bucks. And then we talked and talked and talked, and he said, you know what, I just want to get rid of it, and why don't you just come and pick it up? I'll give it to you for free. I've been trying to get rid of it. So the story goes, I went down to Kingsburg and picked it up from a nice gentleman. According to the gentleman, he even left it in the front lawn with a note saying free freezer, and nobody came to pick it up. So that's why he decided just to get rid of it by giving it to me. As you can see here, it's still in pretty top shape. Of course, there's some rust in here, but it's a pretty old chest freezer. But overall, it's conditioned. The seals here, you can see the seals, they're pretty good. It's a rock solid unit. Okay, cosmetically that is, except for a couple rust there. So, you know, as you can see, it seals nicely. So I got it here to the garage, and I opened up the panel here. So I just want to let you know here, this is how I'm diagnosing this unit. The gentleman says that this unit had a dead compressor, so he had no will in buying a new compressor for this unit, because this unit was a hand-me-down unit. So he basically given up on it, and he, you know, bought a new freezer, which was a really nice freezer. I saw it. So here's the unit, and I want to show you how I'm diagnosing this, so that if you have a unit like mine, maybe my video can help you. Just to let you know, I am a certified EPA HVAC technician. So what I'm showing you, you could do, but be warned, if you get electrocuted, you are on your own. I am not responsible for your stupidity should you get shocked. Okay, this is pretty dangerous, and you can get killed or electrocuted. So just to let you know, before working on any appliances or anything that has electricity going through it, make sure you unplug the machine, or else you will, and that's my disclaimer, get electrocuted. So please use caution. So as you can see, this little bracket here goes in like this, okay, and it clips onto that little thing right there, that bracket, and it holds onto this relay here. Okay, so what I did, okay, is I took this off, pried it off with a screwdriver, a flathead, and it's out. And so now, and then this thing comes off like that. So you can see here, there's 3 holes here. Well, there's 4 holes, one big hole in the middle, which you don't really use, because the most important ones are the 3 little holes on the sides. Okay, you know, shaped like a triangle, you know. Okay, so what I'm doing is, like any technician would do, is number 1, you're to make sure that this compressor here is working, because inside of here there are electrical components in here that drives the compressor. Okay, there are windings here. There's at least 3 windings in here. Okay, and so the windings are called common, start, and run. Okay, so if you look at here, this top post, this bottom post, and this bottom post, one of these are bound to be common, start, and run. Okay, and usually the post with the highest resistance is the common. Okay, so to diagnose this this motor to see whether or not it's working, this is what you do. Okay, get your multimeter out. So you want to switch your multimeter to that mode, to ohms, okay, to measure resistance in the windings here. So if the windings, when you measure the system, if the windings are shorted, it should read OL, okay. But if it's not, there should be numbers in there, okay. OL means open line, or it just doesn't read any number, okay. So to do that, you connect your probes here like any other multimeter, okay. So then I connect the black and red to their usual place that you ought to do. And so what I do is I use alligator clips like that, and I put one of the alligator clip onto one of the posts there, okay, or a winding post, so that people won't get confused. Okay, and then here, that's that's one head of the alligator clip, or that's one of the head of the wire here, and then the end here is another head. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, that's my tester, my probe. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bite this there. Okay, that makes a complete kind of contact. Okay, so then I'm gonna use my red post here, and I'm gonna go in here, okay, and I'm gonna touch there, okay. Now there should be a number, okay, from here to here, okay. If this winding and that winding, if this winding is still good, that should read numbers, okay. So let's look at here, and my camera is reading 6.5, okay, and then, okay, so that means that the opposite post here is still working, okay, it's still good. So now I'm gonna go down to this post and measure that, okay. Now the common winding is the biggest number, okay, of all the 3 posts. So then right now it is reading 12.8. So which means that the opposite post, when these 2 posts are touched, the opposite post is the common number, the common winding, okay. So then, okay, so then this is 6. From here to here is 6. 6.5, 6.6 right now. Okay, so then then I'm gonna check the other post. Okay, so I move the alligator clip here to this side, and then I'm gonna check this here. Okay, and it's 6.0. Okay, 6.2. Okay, so basically the start and the run post, when you add them together, should equal the common post. Okay, so which means that this here, this top one is the common, and since all of these posts reads numbers, okay, all of these posts here reads numbers, that means the compressor here is still very, very good. So there's nothing wrong with the compressor. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to check electrical connection. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, so I see something wrong with here. See this? All right. Okay, see right there. That's what's wrong with it. It's the connection right here. Okay, this right here is what's wrong. The gentleman told me that one day his machine started smoking, started smelling like it was burnt, and this is the culprit right here. You look at this. It's this relay is bad. And so there's something wrong with this relay right here. And so basically what I'm going to do, okay, there's a short here. So what I am going to do, guys, is I am going to replace this relay. Okay. So basically the reason why this isn't working is because there's a relay in here that is bad. So I'm going to check the capacitor here. Okay. So if you look, I don't know if you could see the numbers here. Hold on. Right here it says 10 microfarad. Okay, that's that symbol stands for micro, and F stands for microfarad. Okay, guys. So to test this capacitor, what you do is you make. I always use alligator clips because it's easier. Put the alligator clip right here. Okay, and then use the same. Multimeter that you have, and instead of putting it on ohms now, okay, you put it on MFD, which stands for microfarad. And see that little symbol, that T, and that little symbol that's shaped like this, that's a symbol for capacitor. Okay, so that little T and that little smiley face with the thing that goes in the middle there, perpendicular there, that's a symbol for capacitor. And MFD stands for microfarad. Okay, so switch this to microfarad, testing microfarad. So then what I do is, you see this line right here, it's the same line. I put it on one end of my probe, and then I run it across over here and put it here. Okay, and so as you can see right there, it's reading. It's 10.33. So this capacitor is still good, because look at this, guys. This is what it's saying. If when you test this, it should be plus. You see the plus sign right here? Yes, the camera is having a hard time. Okay, see that plus sign? Plus or minus 5%. So this is letting you know that as long as it's plus or minus 10 or 5% of the capacitance here, it's good. Okay, so we got 10.33, so this is good. We don't have to replace this. So basically, what is wrong with this unit here is this little connection here. That's gone bad. However, I'm wondering if there's something short in here that's causing. If I'm wondering if the controller is causing the short. Okay. Just to recap, this capacitor goes in like this. Okay, so you can see that. It goes in like this very nicely. So what I did earlier was I pulled this out like that and measured the capacitor here. Okay, and this thing's working. So then, as you can see here, I took this out. I split them apart because I wanted you guys to see what's happened here. Okay, somehow there was a shortage. There was a short in here, which caused this housing to melt, which evidently caused that burning smell that the gentleman was complaining about. That maybe that he was telling me that was probably the reason why he believed the compressor was out. But the truth is, it was this little unit here that had shorted out. And I don't know why it shorted out, but with all electrical part, it has its lifespan, and so it probably gave up its ghost. So then I was curious to see if the controller here works. This is a thermostatic controller. As you can see here, this little line right here. Here, let's see. see this little line right here? It's metal. Okay, it's got Freon in here. Okay, and it looks like this unit is using 134A. So this thermostatic controller here probably has Freon inside of it. So to check this unit here, what you do is you get more alligator clips like this, and see this? What you do is you turn this dial here to the horseshoe again, which is a symbol for ohms, to measure resistance. Okay, let's see if I could. So to check to see if it is really functioning, see, notice that I've hooked up. Okay, I gotta tell you this. This probe here is hooked up to this side of the connector for the control here, and this black probe here, okay, is hooked up to the other side. Okay, so this thing is, if this thing is working, it should not read OL. OL means open, or it should not read any numbers like that. Okay, let's see. So then, to do this here, you turn the dial here. Okay, I'm going to turn it to off. Okay, and there you go. I turned it to off and it's reading OL. If you have an analog meter, it should just go down to 0, reads no number. OL on this digital multimeter means open line. Okay, so then, let's see. Okay, let me see if I can. There you go. So then I'm going to switch this thing on again. Watch this. There. And the numbers starts to run. Okay, telling me that this thermostatic dial here is still working. Okay, and OL means off. So I'm good. So the only thing that is wrong with this unit here is this right here, which is a very easy fix, and that just shorted it. So now I have the relay here and the capacitor here hooked up in a complete unit like this. Anyway, we discovered that the relay here had a short in here, as you can see here, and so as a result, this freezer died. So I tested the capacitor here and it works, and there's nothing wrong with the capacitor. It's what's wrong is that this unit here, there was a short in here, and like all electrical component, it has a lifespan and it died, and this is how it looks like. Okay, and basically these two contact points right here melted. There was a short, resulting in this thing burning up like this. But I want to show you something that will replace this unit right here and this unit right here. This unit here is called a 3-in-1 start capacitor. Okay, and basically this unit replaces that relay and capacitor. Okay, and see these wires right here, they have to be hooked up right. We have to strip these wires here. These three wires already comes with if you look at here, clips here, so they could clip onto the posts on the compressor. But this right here, these two wires here is attached to the power line coming into the refrigerator, and one goes to the thermostatic or meter. So this right here, if you look at here, this black line is the common line. Okay, the white line here is the start line, and the red line here is the run line. Okay, and they go into the compressor post. Okay, and basically it goes like this. the compressor has 3 posts, right, or three windings, and it's shaped like that. Okay, so to determine the post as to what windings here is common, start or run, this is how I remember it, and you don't have to remember the way I remember, but this is what works for me. I call it CRS, short for can't remember shit. Okay, that's how I remember it. I excuse the expletive, but that's how I remember it. CRS, I can't remember shit. And the way I remember is this: when you measure the ohms, okay, going from let me do this. When you measure the ohms, the common always has the highest, okay, resistance, okay, followed by the run. It should have a mid-level or mid-number of resistance, and then the start has the lowest number of resistance. That's how I remember it. So let's say you measure this post to this post with your probes. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay. Let's say you measure this post to this post. And I don't know, let's say this post gives you 15, let's say. Okay. What this is telling you is that the opposite post, this post, the value is 15 ohms. That's the resistance. So let's say that you measure this post and this post, okay? And this to here, let's say this is 5, okay? This is telling you that this post here has a value of 5 ohms, okay? Okay, and then let's say you measure this post to this post, and this value here is 10. This post, it's telling you that this post has a resistance value of 10. Okay, so then to determine which is common, start, or run, okay, this is how you do it. Common has the highest number, so I'll put right here, okay, which is that. And then the start has a mid number, the run has a mid number, mid value, which is 10. I'll put it right here. And the start has 5. Okay, and that's how it should be. So then that's how you determine which post is common, run, and start. So let's go down and see. Remember CRS. That's the order of the values, highest to lowest. Okay. And see these 3 posts right here? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw those posts here, those 3 little dots. Okay, so I'm going to run the bottom to here to see what kind of reading they have. I'm sorry. I'm showing 13.4. So 13.4, remember I said that if you run this post to this post, the resistance between these two is that post. So I'm going to put 13.4. Alright. And so the side here, I'm reading 6.9. So it's saying that this right here is 6.9. So 6.9. Okay, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to read that. And that's 7.5. So 7.5. Okay. So remember, okay, so that's what I got. Okay. So this right here is 13.4, 6.9, 7.5. Remember, it's CRS. So The highest number is 13.4. The lower number is 7.5. And the lowest number is 6.9. So basically, this is common, run, and start. And that's how you determine it. Okay, common, run, and start. And so, when you attach this doodad here, okay, the common goes to common, run goes to run, start goes to start. So let's do that real quick. So you see that? So according to this unit here, the 3-in-1, it's saying that black is common. So let's attach black first. It doesn't matter what order you are attaching, but that's how I always like to attach things. I like to attach common first. Okay, that goes to there. And then let's start with run. Run is the red wire, according to this unit here. And run goes to run. Okay. And the white one is the start. So start goes to start. See? There. And that's how you hook them up. Okay. So then, as you can see here, I haven't spliced this. Oh, I haven't taken out the. I haven't stripped this wire yet. So I'm gonna have to strip that. I'm gonna move my camera a little bit this way so I have room. Okay. So this is stripped out like that. What I do is I'm twisting this into a strand. Okay. So, being that these are already connected, these two wires right here, one of them goes here. Okay. One of them goes like this. It doesn't matter which one. It's an AC current. So I put the wire nut here, screw it in. After everything is secured and functioning, I will go in here and use an electrical tape, and tape this like that. Okay. Then the last wire, which is this wire right here, right, which is connected to this wire right here, right. You notice that it goes to the thermostatic controller. Okay, and I like to put it on the off position first so that I can have some control when I turn the unit on. Then I put these two wires like this, and then let me place the wire nut on to finalize the connection there. Okay, so everything is done. The 3-in-1 capacitors here, I will hook it up, find a place to hook it up later, but in the meantime I'm just going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to plug the freezer. Okay, and then I'm going to come here to this panel here, and I'm going to turn it on. There you go. And that's how this thing works. So now you can hear the humming of the compressor. Okay, so this is how I've tucked it in. This is how I've tucked in the 3-in-1 capacitor. As you can see here, it's pretty solid here. Okay, I use a zip tie to tie it up here. As you can see there. And then this is how I tape the electrical connection here. You can see there, I also taped that. So this is so that it'll never fall apart again. And so that's how you install this unit. Okay.